of medals. I'm not sure he will in the high jump. He's the national record holder, but he's got a chance.
कृपया स्वागत करें हमारे अगले दल Bahamas का।
In come the Bahamas. They gained independence from Britain back in 1973. They're very strong in track and field. And, I think, Steve, they're being led in by the boxer Valentino Knowles.
They are. He's already tasted success at the Commonwealth Games. They have a separate boxing championships actually for the Commonwealth. He took a silver medal there, but not in the games themselves. They'll be looking to do well in the athletics once more. Christine Amateur in the 400 and Dimitris Pinder, a new name. We talked about new names coming to the fore, and he's an improving athlete in the men's 400 as well.
Please welcome the People's Republic of Bangladesh.
Here we have Bangladesh, one of India's neighbours, of course, and one of the more newer entrants to the Commonwealth Games. They first took part in 1990. And their flag bearer is their shooter, Mohammad Asif Hussain Khan.
Well, he won a gold medal in Manchester, was just 15 years of age at the time. He doesn't look much older now.
No, he doesn't.
Relations between India and Bangladesh have always more or less been good. Up and down, but pretty much good. Since India helped Bangladesh to gain independence back in 1971 from Pakistan.
देवी और सज्जनों, कृपया स्वागत करें बारबाडोस का।
The very tall figure of Laurel Brown is the netball player, who is the flag bearer for Barbados.
Of course, netball not in the Olympic Games. This is a massive championships for netballers around the world, and it'll be a tight competition, probably in the end between Australia and New Zealand. It often is. The Silver Ferns, will be seeing them later on. But Barbados hoping to do well.
Is Belize.
You see the great circle of athletes making their way around this stadium. They'll be taking their seats. You see those triangular sets of white seats. They'll be sitting there to watch the cultural display after this parade. But for many people, as Steve was saying, this is the heart of the ceremony. This is the celebration of those who are taking part. Belize, formerly British Honduras, led by the athlete Kaina Martinez.
अगला दल है बर्म्यूडा से, जोरदार स्वागत करें।
British territory of Bermuda haven't won any medals at the last two games. The only gold was in the high jump back in 1990. They're being led in by a swimmer, Kira Aitken.
Well, they've got a chance, not in the high jump, but in the long jump this time. Tyrone Smith's right up there in the rankings, 8 meters 22.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Botswana.
Very striking blue, black and white flag of Botswana, the republic, the landlocked republic in southern Africa. Amantle Moncho, the athlete leading the men. Botswana, by the way, the world's biggest producer of diamonds. But I'm not quite sure how they'll do here, Steve, because they've never won a gold medal here.
Well, the lady carrying the flag may well start as the favourite in the 400 metres. She's had a great year this year. She's looked as though her career was kind of going in the opposite direction, has come back this year, won a couple of big meets on the world circuit. True world-class athlete.
British Virgin Islands. Just a handful of competitors. Some 40 islands annexed by the British back in 1642, that's the history. Joe Chapman, the squash player, carrying the flag. And again, in that group of nations that has yet to win a medal at the Games.
And again, I'm keeping saying this, but they've got Tahisha Harrigan, who's got a great chance. Your athletics will provide lots of opportunities, particularly the Caribbean nations.
The tiny country of Brunei Darussalam. Small population, but a very lavish standard of living thanks to huge reserves of oil and gas. No medals on their slate either yet. Ampuana had one of the bowls team is the flag bearer.
Cameroon का
Cameroon has been a member of the Commonwealth since 1995, taken 9 golds, all of them in weightlifting.
That's Hugo Mamba, born in France, but triple jumps for Cameroon. He's getting close to the 17-metre mark, and of course no Philip Sado, who decided not to come from England. And again, that's a pretty wide open competition, so you never know. Hugo might just be taking a medal home.
Well, indeed. Not long to go before we see the first of the home nations, England. Just a few minutes before that.
Canada.
But Canada first. Canada's hockey star, Ken Pereira, is the flag bearer, his 4th Commonwealth Games.
I think Ken was so proud to be chosen. His parents were born in India. He was born in Canada, and he said it's a very proud day for him and his family. And good luck, Ken. He says, I want to promote hockey off the ice. Well, you know, back home in Canada, I'm afraid ice hockey does take precedence, but good luck with that one, Ken.
He's been getting a lot of press here in India, obviously because of his ethnicity. A lot of good press, actually.
Canadians, of course, a very, very proud record. Hosted first games back in 1930. They've hosted the games 4 times, and they have a remarkable record of achievement.
You know, everyone always assumes, of course, with funding that's around for athletes these days, and not all of the sports. And I saw an article, Ken Pereira was saying how he's been selling Canada jerseys off the success of the Winter Olympics, of course, in Vancouver, to fund the trip for the hockey team to actually make it here to Delhi.
"17 athletes competing, small contingent from the Cayman Islands, led by the swimmer Sean Fraser. Their only medals so far in the games are bronze in the men's high jump back in 2002.
And now, all the way from the South Pacific, Cook Islands.
A real taste of the South Pacific. The exotic look. Mata Canivale is the bowls player, competing in her 3rd game. She's the flag bearer. There she is. They have 30 athletes competing in 6 sports. Cook Islands have yet to win a medal.
Of course, for a lot of the Pacific Islands, rugby sevens has become a great addition to the Commonwealth Games, and eventually, of course, we'll be into the Olympic Games as well.
Cyprus are on their way in. Just a couple to go before the English team arrives at the stadium. Irodotos Georgalas is the flag bearer, a gymnast. Cyprus's best ever performance 4 years ago when they took 6 medals, 3 of them in shooting.
Please welcome into the stadium, Dominica.
Another of these small contingents, Dominica, the former British colony which gained its independence back in 1978. They'll be hoping too for their first medal. Brendan Williams from the athletics team is the flag bearer.
स्वागत करें हमारे अगले मेहमान देश इंग्लैंड का.
Well, that big cheer, you may have heard it, and you can see the flag there on the aerostat. The England team, one of the biggest contingents here, of course, and being warmly welcomed by this huge crowd in the Nehru Stadium. Nathan Robertson, he said this will be one of the proudest days of my sporting career. Our star badminton player will be going in the mixed doubles here with a new partner, of course, no Gail Ems anymore. Dan Walworth will be with him, but waving the flag very, very proudly. And it's good to see so many of the English team turning out.
The England team, which took 166 medals in Manchester, including 54 golds. And as we established at the start of this programme today, second only to Australia in the all-time medals table.
Most of the hockey team out there, men and women's, they'll be hoping to do well. The hockey's are going to be a big tournament, of course, here at the Commonwealth Games. Big, strong nations, India and Pakistan and Australia, and England will be hoping to do well. Not to mention the rugby sevens as well.
So the big England contingent, representing the 363 athletes, are well on their way now into this Nehru Stadium in Delhi, followed by the Falkland Islands. And in comparison, very, very small and modest team, led by Douglas Clark, the badminton player. Falklands, of course, comprising of as many as 700 islands in the South Atlantic. They've not granted any medals yet in their history of participation.
And Doug's had a go at a few. He's had a go at the badminton. He's a good footballer as well. He's actually at Northumbria University now, Doug. And he's had a go at everything in his life, bricklaying. And he says, I just want to win a match for the Falkland Islands. Let's hope he can.
Who can blame him? Ghana are on the way in. If people at home are wondering where Fiji is, which should be here, Fiji not here because it was suspended from the Commonwealth back in 2009 because of a lack of progress towards democracy. So no Fiji. Ghana's here, first country in colonial Africa to gain independence. Took 2 golds in 2006 in the long jump and the weightlifting. And they've got a really vivid, exotic and splendid outfit for these opening ceremonies.
Costume, it's great. It looks just like a sari, almost.
Gibraltar, population of just 31,000, been at 13 games since 1958 in Cardiff. They'll be hoping for their first medal here.
That's Colin Bensadon, who'll be taking part in the swimming. His 3rd Commonwealth Games.
देवी और सज्जन स्वागत करें ग्रेनाडा का।
Grenada, the most southerly of the Windward Islands in the Eastern Caribbean. Their first medal in the Games in 2006. Imrod Bartholomew, one of the boxing team, is the flag bearer.
Well, they won that medal in 2006 in the men's 400. Alain Francique, great runner. And following in his footsteps, Kirani James might just have a chance in the same event this time round. Well, I was in Guernsey recently, Hugh, and if anyone doesn't understand the importance of the Commonwealth Games to our Channel Islands, and of course we'll have Jersey coming up, we'll have the Isle of Man as well, not to mention Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland. This is a massive, massive competition for them. Let's wish them well.
Peter Jory, competing in the full bore shooting. It's his 3rd Games. By the way, his brother Adam is also in the team. He won a gold back in 1990, Guernsey, in the rapid fire pistol shooting. Guyana are now on their way into the stadium. Guyana, one of South America's poorest economies. They fielded the team here very proudly. Cleveland Ford is the flag bearer. Just won a single medal in 16 years of competing. A gold, however, it was a gold in the women's 400 metres back in 2002.
Please welcome into the stadium, Isle of Man.
Well, I mentioned the Isle of Man a couple of moments ago. It's a pity because